everyone, I'm Annie, and today we're gonna do a deep dive into kind of investigating the legitimacy of the CBD oil I use. So I've used quite a few different brands of CBD in my day. The one that I've kind of settled on that I really like, just because I guess I like the effects it has on me, and also it tastes good, which is important in my book. But it is the Sun Soil CBD oil, and the one I take that I like is the citrus flavor. When I was kind of researching the next CBD oil I wanted to try, there were a couple things that in my mind I knew I wanted. I knew I wanted one that was third-party lab tested, which is really important because it checks to make sure there's no bad things in the oil. So whether that be bacteria or heavy metals or anything like that. And the other thing that personally I also wanted was that it was made with organically farmed hemp because, again, I didn't want exposure to different chemicals through ingesting my CBD. So I'm going to jump over to my laptop here and you're going to go along with me as I kind of research some of these things. Okay, so here I am on their website. So let's go down to the drops and find the one that I use, which is citrus. And let's look into this a little bit. Okay, first things first, let's look at the ingredients. So MCT oil, fractioned coconut oil. Okay, that's what that is. Organic sweet orange oil and cinnamon oil. So that makes sense that it's not 100% pure because it is flavored, but it's also extracted with MCT oil. So right here it says it's full spectrum, which means that it's not 100% pure, which explains the ingredients. That is one thing that I guess I didn't have as much understanding of when I was buying it, is the difference between full spectrum and then pure CBD. Okay, here's the big one right here. Third-party lab tested by an accredited lab. So let's see if we can see the lab results for the citrus. Okay. Just go to one of these from 2019. Overall, it passed a third-party lab inspection, so that's beneficial. And that pass, it does 3 different screens. So microbiological screen, a heavy metal, and then I guess just some other analyses. It looks like there were yeast, mold, E. coli, very minor findings, I suppose. I guess not enough to raise concern about there. However, I would wonder kind of what the standard is across all CBD oils, and if it's normal to have scarce detections of mold and yeast. So I guess it does make me more skeptical, even though this was passed. I would be really curious to know what the industry standards were for what passing means in that case. But it is beneficial to know that a third-party lab in Burlington, Vermont had a certified analysis and passed all of it. So knowing that this oil I am taking is what it is cracked up to be and is deemed okay by a third party is really important. Okay, so you just went through that with me. And I guess in my conclusion, I realized I didn't know as much about CBD testing as I thought I did. I'd be really interested to know what the kind of industry standards were for past test results and what kind of traces of, for example, something like mold is acceptable or normal to find in CBD. And then also, I also didn't really differentiate the difference between pure and full spectrum when I was initially shopping. So another important thing for me to note when I get my next bottle, I still really like this brand just from how I use it and how my personal experience has been with it, but it's really good to be able to now actually do the research behind it and behind its legitimacy. So all in all, I'm I guess happy with what I found, but I'm also a bit more curious. So anyways, yeah.